Hello again, YouTube. Standing in my kitchen, the last of my parts haul finally arrived today, so going to show you guys what I'll be going on the truck tomorrow with a little help from my friend. One of my friends is going to help me out because I've never done HID kits before, which is one thing I'm worried about. Well, I guess I just gave away what I'm putting on, but here are the HID kits that will be going in my truck. They're Op 7s off Amazon. I've heard very good things about them from a couple people, good reviews, and on YouTube, good reviews. This is one of the harness. This is all harness for this one here. For some reason, they shipped me two separate shipments, and this one had a smaller box. They just threw the harnesses in an envelope, basically, with the box. Don't ask me why. Here are, I believe this is the low beams. What the heck? What the heck was that? Anyway, here are the low beams with the... Those are the bulbs. I'm not going to touch them because I really don't feel like hurting them and screwing up everything. And then, let me see if I can get my fingers in here. Here is more harness, basically. That's the bulb harness itself. Okay, move these out of the way. I'm just going to keep using ones out of this kit since I'm one-handed with my phone here. I had ordered it's Op 7 off Amazon. It was $70 a kit, which is not bad for 55-watt AC HIDs. Very good quality HIDs. Here are this little box contains the ballasts for them. Here's one of the ballasts and more wiring. Who knew? More wiring. This is, I believe, like a capacitor or something, I'm gonna guess, judging by the 23,000 volt warning on this thing, I think is what it says. With this all this wiring will connect together, and instead of dim factory halogen bulbs, I'll be able to light up the sun. Or rival the sun, I guess I should say. Make it even better. Except for those of you that are, well, actually I might have mentioned this, can't remember. For those of you that are not familiar with trucks like mine, the Chevy back there, which I don't know if you can tell, but I just had 20% tint done today on the sides and a brow on top. So much nicer to drive when it's bright out. Had that done for 65 bucks, not bad. But, so, instead of having one high, the truck has a high and a low bulb on each side. Normally when you click your highs on, you always turn off, but people have done it homemade for cheaper, I'm sure, but for 35 bucks, I ordered this off Amazon too. It's a, so you can see, high beam headlight relay from Painless Performance, aka a 4 high harness is what I've seen it called, what I'm going to call it. There's a relay, some wiring here, you tap the factory wires, and when you turn on the high beams, now all 4 will stand. I think between the HIDs and this, I'll have plenty of light. A couple other things on the list for tomorrow. Let me go back here and show you the rest of my parts. I have to take these tomorrow down to Robbie's house. We can work on it. But I don't know if those of you who followed my videos from the beginning, I have Bilstein shocks on the front. I originally ordered a full set, but I never did get time to put the real ones on, so they've just been hanging out on the back porch. But tomorrow my plan is to get these on the truck as well, so it's really, really gonna ride good now. That'll be beautiful. And one other problem that's kind of weird on my truck, this will crack you guys up. For some reason, when we swapped the seats in, because it used to have a bench, which I actually still have in my barn, I'm going to try and sell next week. But we had to replace one of the seatbelt, I call it a receiver, basically what the buckle clicks into. My buddy we got a new one on there, started turning the nut on, my buddy went to put it on with my impact and cross-threaded it. So tomorrow, Robbie and I are going to recut the threads and get that on there, so finally be fully safe and legal instead of just having to sit on the seatbelt, which I've done and my friends have done. None too fond of. Let me walk outside and I'll show you what it looks like from inside with the tint. Just a second here through my living room. Still got the visor. The LEDs are probably going to be ordered next week, along with a set of pillar gauges. Going with auto meters from through a company called Martin Performance. I've got a discount through one of my Facebook groups, so might as well. I'm going to do a triple gauge pod with oil pressure, water temp, and trans temp. I love GM, but I do not trust their 23-year-old gauges. You can probably see better outside, but the tint definitely looks better. Looks better than it did before it was tinted. And no, it's not Cali lean, it's just my driveway. People always say my truck's got a Cali lean when I take a picture in the driveway, but it doesn't. It's level, for Christ's sake. I know inside here's a wreck, but let me try and hop up here. Oh, man. Hard to weasel up into this thing with one hand, but you can definitely tell the brow. There's the brow here. Not gonna touch it, but right above there's the brow, and then over here, you can definitely tell that I've got some tint. I went with 20%, so it's just enough to be useful, but not enough to where I can't see at night. My first truck was a 96 Dodge Ram I bought when I was 16. And the guy that had a prescription for tint, because in Michigan you can't even have tint on the front windows. So yes, it's illegal, I know, whatever. But for 65 bucks, I'll just have it retinted, I don't care. If they make me rip it off. Anyway, my old truck had tint. Those must have been like 0% or something even worse somehow, because you literally could not see out the windows. You could not. The guy had a prescription to get it that dark, and it was ridiculous. So this time I was sane, I didn't go stupid, but you can definitely tell that it's a difference from the sides to the front, and just from the visor down. So definitely gonna make it a lot nicer to drive in here. See if you can see here. Right down there, let me get the lights on here. Right there is that seatbelt stud that got crust that we have to try and fix. I'm not looking forward to it. Hopefully it's an easy fix. But other than that, that's the changes on the truck for now. I'm gonna order, because I can order the pillar gauges for right over here. All auto meter. I was thinking about glow shift, but I've heard very bad things about them. Basically, the more I listen, the more I hear that they will randomly crap out. That's why people call them glow shits. Excuse my language. I'm gonna get those, and I'm gonna try and order some purple. Yes, I said purple. LEDs for my gauge cluster. All the interior lights, and for this, although I'm gonna have to order a new one of these because this one's got mental issues, PMS. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. And I'm just gonna order an AC Delco new one off Amazon for like 80 bucks here when I get time. So soon enough I'll have it all purple in here. Don't ask me why, but I don't want to do red. The interior is red enough already. And my radio has a, let's see if it comes on. Probably can't tell until it gets dark out, but it's got a purple hue to it the way I set it up. Never mind, but it's got a purple hue, and it actually looks very nice and it's easy to read. So I'm just going to go with purple everywhere, and LEDs are going to be bright enough that I can see again. I can still see the gauges, I'm kidding, but be nice. Slowly make this truck more and more comfortable to drive. Well, peace out, YouTube. See you maybe tomorrow with a full-on install. We'll see.